everybody? There you are. Hey. I'm still looking good in my fun little jester outfit. Anyway. Proper intro. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. I believe we might go back to, I want to say Eorzea, but this is still part of Eorzea, I think, technically. I think we're going to go back and see some friends soon. Like, our buddy Raubahn. See if he needs a hand with anything. Good morning, Sugar. Good morning, JC. How are you doing? Welcome, Master Sugarheart. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yeah. Who am I talking to? You. Ah, Master Sugarheart. My lord, the Count, much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artorial and Lord Amanalain. If you would remain here for a moment. Okay. Can do.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Amanalain's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortom. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain, elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
You were doing paperwork and didn't realize how late it got? You're alright? How am I? I'm doing okay. After I got sick, I threw my back out and things have been pretty rough since, but I can... Yesterday was about how bad my back feels on a normal day, and so I think I'm over the worst of it, and I can just resume my earthly duties. In fact, I have to go into the office today and do a bunch of boring meetings, but at the very least, I can I get a corporate lunch on the house. We're having Thai food, which I haven't had in a long time. I'm not like it's not that it's my least favorite, it's just that I feel like I've never had good Thai food, you know? As in, like, I go to bad Thai restaurants. But I think I can't go wrong with pad Thai or cow pat. Do I have some lidocaine patches? I do, actually. Definitely legally sourced and not smuggled. I've got... I do have those, but they are very expired. and so they don't stick as well as they should. Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such a member of Houses of Mile is manipulating Ser Greno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You'll do well to speak to Sir Amaric and the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Yeah, I can do that. But yeah, I've been sticking the lidocaine patches on my back with, like, scotch tape. Where's Sir Amaric? He is over here. Because the pain of peeling tape off my back is much less than Firmalbert. Sorry, I got distracted by Firmalbert. Hey, Marek. It has been too long, old. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru, I take it? Yeah. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is more ludicrous, these charges or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Grenot's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a Knight of the Heaven's Ward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable. I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us defend the steps of faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand trial by combat. But of course. In trial by combat, sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true, regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, the trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grenot, and a second of his choosing, another Knight of the Heaven's Ward, most like. Two of them, by the Fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I'm ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I'm sure is Lord Horshaphon. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Yeah. Then it's settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intentions. Old, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. I do vaguely remember this bit, but kind of shocked it happened so soon. We haven't even really done anything in main Ishgard. This is a fun room. Great for RP, I imagine. Listen carefully, old. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and then the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the high adjudicator acknowledges Mistress's right to name a champion, that is when you make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grenou's face when he sees his true opponent. It will be priceless. So much pretty fire stands. They are pretty. I need more fire stands in my house. More braziers. Braziers? More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands and I shall cheer so loud, you'll wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, you ready? Yeah. Good evening, sir. Hope I'm doing well. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward.
Good morning, Bella.
Sir Grenou, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grenou de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
I love this voice.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grenou's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
The old and the infirm. As it turns out.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Oh, I wish our courtroom had that.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
I have my pride.
I have the power of star signs. Bloody waste. Come on then. You wanted this, remember? You do like the AoEs, don't you?
I've got you now.
Alphino's in trouble. He really isn't. Ooh. Look, I just killed that man. Sir, pull a crane, cold fire. Ew. Oh, I am not safe right there. That is the exact place where I am not safe. I was like, oh good, there's a gap.
This isn't funny.
I mean, we won! The Fury has spoken. Alphino Levieux, Tataru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive of her wisdom and justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. That's how they should have settled the Depp and Heard case. I agree. Although, like, I bet Heard fights like a crazy person. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. I just murdered a soldier. What did he ever do to you? He had a family, maybe? Oh, he had a family, definitely. And they're next. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversity. And what did I do to that word? Adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. Oh dang, for real? With it you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Wait, like this one here? You brought him to court, did you? Magnificent, is she not? Strong, yet sleek. Elegant, yet eager. What say you, old? Will you take her in for your steed? I'll take her, but like my fat chocobo, so much cooler. Lord Horshavant, chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. Come along now. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who was surprised by that. Is that where the kids found their huge-ass feather? I don't know. Aether currents are now accessible. Collection expanded. Aether compass acquired. I've obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all the local aether currents. In order to attune to some aether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you've also obtained an aether compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and distance to the nearest aether current upon use. The aether compass can be found under the collection in the duties section of the main menu. To review your progress, select travel from the main menu, followed by the aether currents. Nice. I was actually thinking of making like an aether current video. Since this is a fresh playthrough, like I can show everybody where they are. Like that's fun viewer bait. I can trick people into watching me play. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your effort is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to Fortalt Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. I sure do like discussing things. But man, that trial was over quickly. Speaking of which, this has nothing to do with anything, but orange juice. I want to make sure the experience keeps flowing. Welcome, Master Sugarheart. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yeah. Falling asleep now. Have a good rest of your stream. Good luck with all your murder. Oh, thank you. Good luck with all your dreams. May they be of murder as well. I know mine are. Maloney smiles on us yet again, Master Sugarheart, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting 2 of the Heaven's Ward while the city's elite looked on? By the fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. Yeah. My lord! We've just received a message from the vault. His Eminence, the Archbishop, requests the presence of Master Sugarheart. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor! A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Master Sugarheart. We shall speak anon. The priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. We get to meet the Pope. Yeah, I kind of figured he'd be right up the middle. Because if I was the Pope, I'd sit right up in there. Ayo. We are honored to receive you, Master Sugarheart. This way, please. Where'd my... Oh, I'm going into a church, so I had to take my hat off. Nice touch.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me.
Same.
But
Oop, sorry.
your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence? As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now, tell me, young man, what do you know of the Asians? Much and more, I shouldn't wonder, being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict.
Pope seems like a nice guy.
And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
Yep, surely this is the one pope in a video game that you don't have to battle to the death. I'm trying to think of other games where, like, the pope was just somebody you met and you're just like, okay, cool. You're not important to the story. Welcome, Master Sugarheart. Shall I show you inside the manor? Like, even in, like, Crusader Kings, like, the Pope is some guy. But, you know, he's exactly as evil as everyone else.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
Silence, heretic. I just spoke with the Pope. He's a cool guy.
Well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Raubahn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshafon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Raubahn.
Yeah. Lucky number 7. What's that achievement for? I've done everything definitely more than 7 times. Like, this is like episode 37 or 38 or something. Unless you're like watching by the quest, then it's like episode 240. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. It would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Lominsa. You heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Forton and the Luminsan Consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, which I duly seized it. I'm happy to report that we have yet a stout ally in Limsa. The General has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Raubahn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how to best proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanthale at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will permit you to the bridge. do like bridge, although I'm more of a fan of cribbage. Zoop. Man, is it gonna be nighttime this entire trip? The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I'll take you to her. The word.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen.
Nice.
There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Raubahn a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
What?
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news, or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raubahn is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raubahn had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raubahn, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Raubahn's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him, but I cannot send troops into Ul'dah would spell the end of the alliance. And war, like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. Would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who found the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, would you seek out our Doman contact? You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in the kitchen. Can I just, like, go right into Revenant's Hall? Revenant's Toll. Been a while since we've been here. Look, there's Braves just standing around, eyeing me up. Is this not the place? Upstairs. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hello? Igiri. That name sounds familiar. Master Old. I knew in my heart you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You've done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Those are some mushy looking peas. And I think these pumpkins aren't ripe yet. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Raubahn. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yuhase and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Doware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. You can see this is where, like, most people who don't like Final Fantasy XIV kind of like get it. Where is Highbridge? Not in the north. I want to say it's in the south. But like to have a quest that's like, go to this location, you talk to one person, then they're like, go to another location. Honestly, there was a time when that really would have annoyed me too. Oh, I am in the wrong place. Where am I going? Honestly, I kind of prefer it these days. Like, what's the alternative? Like, instead of going from one place to and talking to people, you hunt 5 walruses and claim their tusks? In every single quest that you do? At least this one's got a bit of a story to it. And it's much better once you, like, start paying attention. Hello. Oh, cool, they're in full ninja garbs. I've been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Hase and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Ozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. I want to be a ninja. Now I'm excited for Stormblood, where I will be a ninja. Where is Halatali? To the south. I think it might finally be daytime, but you can't tell under all the rain. Bug girl. Hey, where's my people? There you are. You've come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain General Raubahn is being held within. That's true. We're flying through quests now. How much time do I have? I got plenty. Let's re-up on the orange juice. Since we're flying through story quests. Rings. There's no time to lose. General Aldine may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please, see to your preparations and tell me when you're ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. I am ready to proceed. I have had my orange juice. Luckily, no one will spot me in this clown outfit.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time, I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Raubahn is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, The three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you.
Oh my god, he exploded.
With me!
Not a soul from the Colosseum is to be seen. This bodes ill. Take the lead, old, I shall follow close upon you. All the guards.
Away with you!
Halatali's a fun place. Last time I played the game, I spent a lot of time here. With my social anxiety, I was trying to find ways to like play the game without other people. And one of the ways is you can like get like a group of your own dungeon crawling NPCs.
Leave this to me.
I forget what you call them. It's like your... What is it called? Your frontier group? That's not it. Frontiers is the PvP thing. But you had your own little squadron. And like people would like write you a letter and ask if you could join, and you could like put together your own little party and you can dress them up. It was actually kind of fun. That said, there's a million fun things to do in Final Fantasy XIV. Like here we are in like hour 80. And I have done so little. The General, but where are his captors? I mislike the look of this. General! You came. I did. Can't stand on your bubble. He is bound by some manner of Magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. May well be booby-trapped. I've heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic circumstances. Happily, you will not suffer for long. The poison will convey you swiftly into the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. You stay away from our bosom. That's our bosom. Good morning, Silent Sleeper. How are you doing? Farewell, friends. Oh, and do try to relax. I hear the struggling only makes it worse. Confound it, the mist stifles my healing. Leave me. Save yourselves. We cannot let them escape or force the gate. Sorry, I was busy reading. We've got 25 minutes to destroy the portcullis. I don't know if we can do it. Take that, you acerbic jam. The way is clear. Yeah. The mist remains. We must stop it at its source. Alright. I shall tend to the general. Pray, see to the mist and the key. The braves have the key. I mean, obviously. You mean they didn't sell it at the market? Alright, where's the thing? Let's check every corner. It's not in this corner. Are you sure the acerbic jam does not have the key? Got which button was my Asuna for a second. Oh, I'm permanently poisoned. That makes sense. Is it back here? It is not. The Hall of the Provocatores. Hey, yo. Oh, you found some jam, did you? Hang on. I'm getting atomized. Alphino, stop dying. Seriously. That takes care of the mist. It's still looking pretty green. The mist is cleared. Cool, cool. Next, to find the key and free Raubahn. I wonder, do I get to kill Yu Yu Hase myself? Because that would be neat. This keeps hitting me. Zorp. The identification key to a Magitech device. That kind of makes sense. Whenever I hear Magitech, I think of the armor. But I forget that Magitech is just kind of like the technology. Alright, we've got 20 minutes. Will we make it in time? I want to say, speaking of Magitech, I think I heard a rumor that someone would really like to make a remake of Final Fantasy VI. Someone high up. It may have just been talk, like, man, I would really like to do that. But I wonder if maybe after they finish the Final Fantasy VII remake, if they had Final Fantasy VI ways. How we doing? My thanks. Slowly, General. You're yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What are clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light? Well done, hero. Illbird. You mean to struggle, then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions, let's get this over with. Ooh, maybe I do get to kill these guys. GoldenEye Yugiri, huh? He seems pretty weak. Maybe we can kill him.
I have you now.
Okay. He has me now.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Alright. Ow, my limbs. Alright.
For Alamigo!
I don't think Alamigo really wants me dead that badly either. Like, I get it, you're from there. You got feelings. But I failed to see how, like, executing Raubahn helps Alamigo. Oh, maybe he's got some kind of deal.
This changes nothing.
In the New World Order.
It is over, Illbird. lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite.
If you think you fight for justice, lad, you'd best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alphino. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
Cut to the person dressed as a jester.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lad. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
Whoa. That's some very false hope there.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without.
Seriously, Alphino, did you just make that up? This is the first I'm hearing of it. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled to via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, milady. General Aldine, I presume, in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray, do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct you to the steps of the waking sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you, General Aldine. If you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage, that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. I've spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raubahn is in safe hands. Let's make our own way to Vesper Bay. I think I still have tickets. So many. Like 78. Swergum. Oh, it has been a while.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
Is that true?
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
That's true.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
That was a lot to take in. Like, I'm not sure I believe it. It's been a long time, but I could have swore the Sultana, like, straight up is dead. But what do I know? I had not counted on Prioress Dualala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raubahn, we've taken the vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Old. Thank you. Let's see. What do I do these days? Oh, I heal. Jailbreak. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Taru, yes. General Raubahn is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well. We shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Duwala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Terrapin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. I mean, alright. Feels a little unresolved. I feel like there's more we could do here. Does anyone else have trouble finding Valentine's Day cards for kids these days? Like, for the past several years, every time I look for cards for my kids, like, I can only find like 2 or 3 different kinds. Like, I got Barbie Valentines for my daughter and like Transformer Valentines for my son, and they don't like obsess over either of those things. They don't mind them. But like Pokemon and And cute kitties would have been, like, way better. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubahn short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city is awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Horshaphon was desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Alright, well that does actually sound like a good reason to pull me away. Welcome, Master Sugarheart. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yeah? My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I'm sure you're now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Master Sugarheart, Master Levier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claimed they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Science of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly lest our enemies force your hand. You haven't been to the market for such a thing in a long time, but there were definitely plenty around when you were a kid in the 90s and the thousands. Yeah, like I remember being a kid and there were like just dozens of Valentine varieties to choose from. I was partial to Ninja Turtles myself. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up the spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of the dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, old? Humph. Yeah, I'll stay and fight. And fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. I'm really curious. Like, I assume if you chose any other option, like, you still get railroaded down the main quest. But, like, why did it give me other options? What happens if you choose them? Didn't even know there were those for kids, though I guess there were less romantic ones that you used for your friends. I imagine that maybe you could make a few. Yeah, like, I do appreciate the handmade Valentines that come in sometimes. But, man, kids these days are busy. Like, kids have it rough. I feel like people forget that. But like going to school, coming home with as much homework as they do, like, and a lot of the times like kids have to stay to school till like 5 o'clock when like their parents get off work. Like, it can be rough. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. My daughter boiled over recently. She snapped at mom, which is never a good plan. But like, you know, she got pushed to the edge and was like, how come parents get to do whatever they want all the time? All I do is work. I was like, oh, honey. Nobody gets to do what they want. We're all miserable and life is hell. Anyway, do your homework and then I'll make cinnamon rolls.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your Lams if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
Is this our first time meeting Istinian? I think it might be. You're modeling furniture at 7 a.m. with half a coal. It's not all fun. You don't really miss school, though, to be honest. Same. To be honest, like, my childhood was actually kind of the worst time of my life. That said, things have gotten much better. I'm really, really enjoying being an adult. In fact, I'm looking forward to being an even older man. I think things are just getting better for me and have been consistently. We've chosen a difficult road. Even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Taru, I would ask you remain at Fort Once Manor and inform the Count of our decisions. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. This is the second time you've met him? I believe that. It must... Giving the timing... Like, it must have been like a month ago. At least. Alright, hang on. Enter the seat. Where is that? In the foundation. I know where that is. You're introduced during a meeting with Amaric. That's right. Okay, I remember now. For people watching on YouTube, that was like 8 hours ago. For me, it was like last month. We are slowly grinding our way through. Sometimes I worry that it makes for a bad playthrough because, like, you know, I'll have heard something a second ago and then a little later I'm like, wait, what? The Sultana's dead? When did that happen? Yesterday. You would speak with the Lord Commander? Pray make it quick. Alright.
I want the defenses of the outer ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors, and unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Now, you've been around quite a few sprouts who don't even remember the quest that you just completed. I'll be honest, sometimes I'm reading chat and don't hear the things people say, especially during like voiced cutscenes. Like, it's something I hope to get better at, that I like both keep track of the story and the people talking to me. I think it's something you can get better with with practice, but yeah, sometimes I also have no idea what was just said. Having secured Sir Amaric's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Icenian, let us be about our task. Yeah.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Okay. Got a little demon-y there at the end. Was not expecting that. Hey, I get a little wind-up Alphino if I do this. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. I shall await you at the St. Rignet's Forum. Tell your friend we may be sometime. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that, I need no reminding. Come, old. Let's head back to Fort Thompson Manor. Okay. I think we're cruising through quests. When there's like nothing to do but talk, it sure takes a while. Like the last quest at the end of like A Realm Reborn. Welcome, Master Sugarheart. Shall I show you inside the manor? The last quest in A Realm Reborn took a long time. Like I'd get through like 4 or 5 in 2 hours. Here, I think I'm probably going through like 15. Our course is set, Tataru. And maybe sometime before Old and I return to Ishgard. Well, you just be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it's you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. I made it specially. No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. Actually, that looks so much better. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing on my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now, I must get back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Yeah. Personally grilled with the popcorn emote. I know, right? I just love the story of Final Fantasy XIV. It's so well written. Like, things keep popping up and I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like, Todderu mentioned, like, keeping an eye out for, like, our lost friends, and I'm like, oh man, I've even forgotten about, like, Thancred and Papalimo and what is her name? Uda? Something like that. Ishtola. It's been months since I've seen them. I've forgotten completely who they are. You've said your farewells then. Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well. But she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence of Ysael's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Corthus Western Highlands. Let's speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. And then there was all the Lollarito stuff that like came to light just recently. I'm like, I didn't think of any of that. Like, it all makes perfect sense. Ida, that's it. I was fairly close with Uda. But I might have been thinking of the producers. Well, Master Sugarheart, what brings you back to the Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. You like him? He's yours. Alphino Levier at your service. You are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus we have come to the Falcon's Nest in hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. Patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretics' refuge at Gorgongadech Mills. 'Tis possible they have unearthed information that may be of use to you. Master Sugarheart knows well the place I speak of, for it was he who first discovered it. Let's divide our forces then. I'll stay and await return for the patrol, while you two visit this refuge. When I've completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, old. I'm eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Me too. And I'm back to not being able to fly. Hustle, hustle. This Speak with the expedition leader. Not before I wander out into the snow. Would you look at that? An aether current. I'm gonna like hold off on grabbing those because I think it might be a good idea to record a video of me discovering all of those or finding all of those for people who might have trouble. At the very least, I can grab all of them off stream because it's kind of boring. Plus, no one's gonna like tune into like hour 97 through 112 to find all the aether currents. Hustle, hustle, hustle. I wish we made bridges as cool as this these days. Back in the old days where like you didn't bother figuring out like how much it took to build these things. Like you didn't try to minimize expenses of the materials needed, and you end up building like the most boring looking bridge you've ever seen in your life. It's just no fun. Hey yo. Master Sugarheart, our findings, you say? Well, there's something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, old. They in here? Dealt with. Good job, Alphino. I want pet polar bears. Trying to get the camera angle right. Astrologian is definitely one of the flashier jobs. And so like the screen is just filled up with galaxies. That's half of why I like it though. Alright, we killed the itty-bitty polar bears. The beasts are slain then. My thanks, Master Sugarheart. We may return to our duty without fear of mauling. Yeah. How much time do I have? I've got more time. We can do another quest, at least. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart. Is this not so? The records were we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of pursuing the contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contained more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. There's hardly a choice at all. Aye, 'tis. The epistles. I haven't heard that word in, well, probably since the last time I played this game. Alright. Where are you guys hiding the last epistle? It's not down here. Is there one upstairs? Yeah. In the bear stables. Somebody wrote a letter to a polar bear. Have you recovered much of the heretic's correspondence? Yeah. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levier and Sir Istinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgogni Mills heretics and their fellows in the Alpha Amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Heavens? Sounding out the amphitheater. Alright, yeah, let's go. I've got time. I don't think we're actually going to fight Shiva again. The Alpha Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that's our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of the treacherous tract of snow and ice that cannot swiftly be crossed. And we must place our faith in the Aethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in recreating the Alpha beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant Aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgogni Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'd wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the Aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Istinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers from the Western Highland entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Whew, that was a number of words. You need to speak with Trista Chambel. Where exactly is he? That gravity falls on the other underside of the bridge. I feel like the best way to go would be this way. The land kind of gets a little confusing here. Like, are you down in the pit or are you up on this, like, little ledge? I'm gonna say you're in the pit. I wonder what this would have been like on release. Like when Heaven's Ward was new. You just imagine all the people floating through all of this. Am I... Okay, it says it's down. So, here we go. We made it. Hey, kitty, it's almost time for breakfast. You stay calm. Ah, the guests of House Forton, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you're welcome to enter our tunnels if you want. Assuming the Akafa beacon still functions, we must pray to the 12 it does. We shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we'd nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Yeah. Hi, kitty. Relax, breakfast is coming. It's so bitey. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Perhaps you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, it is not enough that you banish our beloved saint. Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. You think us fools, boy? It'll take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You'll walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory. All right. Pew pew. Pew. You will not defile this sacred place a second time. I might. No, wait, we did not come here to fight. Waste no more words on them. They are deaf to reason. They seem alright. By the fury, they partake of the blood of dragons. Is that what it takes to be a scaly? was more of a lifestyle choice. You really do just keep coming, don't they? Oh, it says wild-eyed. I thought it said wide-eyed. I was just like picturing like these guys with like little hearts in their eyes for the dragons. Louis Stwax of the first line. Okay.
Know your folly. Focus. Release!
Like, we're in no danger of losing, but I'm still kind of surprised how long this is going on for. 12 for Fend, at last, a foe I might sink my lance into. I didn't know you were a scaly Istinian. I mean, you do you. But, like, I guess I could have guessed. That healer damage, right? They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even if should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I must confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you'd be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian? I suspect is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the middle of a frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy See sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creatures at length in a shout of gray. Of course, the thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure that I speak true. Fascinating tale. We should make haste to this Ashen Isle. Yeah, that sounds good. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I would visit. I'm told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jean Talat, has information of use to us. Ah, but mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I'm willing to wager they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors. then and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Hawkeye. All the way over to the Convictory. Is that just straight along the river? Almost. Alright, out of the way, burgers. This is probably the most frustrating part of Heaven's Ward, not being able to fly to your destinations. Because I'm sure just at least once I'm going to like do my best to travel to a location in the Corthus Highlands here and discover that I'm like a level too low. But maybe not this time. I think I've been to the Convictory before. That's you in Guild Wars 2? Man. I wish I liked people enough to enjoy Guild Wars 2. Because that game was pretty cool. I liked being a little mushroom-hatted plant man. It was fun. But I mean, all MMO RPGs are kind of social games. But part of me just likes knowing other people are in the universe. Like, I play just kind of, well, for fun. Not to make friends, but to engage in the story. Well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you about 3 days ere the wild claims your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance! The Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I'm Gentilot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation. I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Old Istinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information is to be had. Okay. Your character is 2 feet tall and hits people in the shins with an axe. It's fun. See, I never got into like the short guy game as much fun as people have doing it. There's just something a little immersion breaking about being like 2 feet tall for a warrior. Like, that's the reason I'm not playing a Lalafell, even though I am one in real life. Like, I know I can't swing an axe like that. Anyway, I have to get the kids to school. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and I will see you another time. Thank you so much for watching. If you stick around, on Twitch, I will find somebody to raid. Everybody on YouTube, I hope you have a wonderful day. This was a fun stream. There was a lot of interesting story this time around. Alright, I'm gonna raid Sandra. We always raid Sandra on Fridays. She's playing Final Fantasy as well. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.